go.
Alright, gun rate to high. Get the radar on, hide the stick, master
Okay,
on.
let's do this. I'm picking
Got
up
the
nails
TV
on.
on.
And, Spike, 12 o'clock.
ACM switch up. Su-33, 12 o'clock. Sidewinder selected.
Bandit, bra, 075, 10 miles. Target,
Okay, we got
10
him
miles.
locked up at 10 miles.
That's a Su-27.
Okay, we got him on TV.
Missile launch. Missile trashed.
Alright, there he goes over top. On our 6. He's gonna come around, we're gonna fly around as well.
6 o'clock.
That's a 1 circle, horizontal turn here. Looks like he's staying co-altitude.
12 o'clock.
Second Sidewinder solution here.
Missile missed.
Got him locked up, there it is.
12 o'clock. Hot. 12 o'clock.
Oh! Our missiles hit each other. What the hell?
6 o'clock.
Alright, there he goes, 6 o'clock. We can deal with this later. 6 o'clock.
8
Low.
o'clock.
Where is he?
Missile
There he
missed.
goes. He's coming around.
3 o'clock high.
There he goes. I'm turning nicer now. Look at that. Nice tight
1
turn.
o'clock high. Six o'clock.
Okay, I'm still a little too fast. Gotta cut the speed a little bit.
10
But
o'clock.
this is good. We're pulling onto a 6 here. There goes 12
12
o'clock.
o'clock.
Got him locked up. Maybe get a fire solution. Nope. I just can't pull the nose around.
On at 6. Go get him. Closing.
He's underneath. He's going to reverse his turn here. I should have fired right there. The crosshair went right over him. And you can see he's trying to do some shifty stuff here. I've cut my throttle just so I don't
Right in front of
overshoot.
you.
And there
Come
he
on,
is. He's
show me
flying
some of that
really
pilot
low.
shit.
He's real low. He keeps reversing his turn. It's going to cost him here. I can probably... Yeah, there he goes. He's reversing again. Low energy. That's it. There's your wing, bro.
Bandit is going down.
Lost the wing. Alright guys, so here's our tag view. We got the Dr. 1337 flying the Sukhoi 33. I'm in the blue F-14B. And so this is the merge. Right on the merge, we fire off Fox 2s at each other, and we're both dumping a lot of flares here. Everyone only had 2 heat seekers. Okay, so we both fire one off here, and you know, I drop my flares, he drops his. Both of our missiles seem to eat flares, so that's a waste of 2 missiles right there. Bring it back to myself. Now right here what happens is you can see my turn is really not, it's not a very tight turn. Like I could have pulled it tighter. And you look at the Doctor and you can see that he's extending also a little bit. He's not pulling on his stick that hard. And so the reason the 2 of us are doing this is because we just want to put some distance between the 2 of us, because we want to get off the Fox 2s. Alright, so we're putting a little distance so we can get the missile off the rail and give the missile a couple of seconds to just, you know, fly onto target, ignite, and get its correct trajectory. And you want to be outside of the minimum range of the Fox 2s. Now, the one thing to talk about here is if one of us didn't have Fox 2s, like if one of us had fired both of their missiles, what the one guy who didn't have any missiles left, what he would have wanted to do is close a tighter circle. He would have wanted to really pull on that stick and get really close and hug the other guy. And in doing that, he would attempt to close down the distance where the guy could fire a Fox 2. Okay, but since we both have one missile left, we both kind of extend out a little further than is totally necessary in order to get off another round, which is when the interesting thing happens, right? So here's the missile launch, and he fired his. We both flare, and the two missiles hit each other in the air. Now that is not something you see often. I've never seen this, I don't think. I don't remember if I have, but this, I've never seen this happen, I don't think. So at first I thought that the missiles, like the one thing to know about DCS multiplayer is, from what I've heard anyway, proximity fuses are not a thing in multiplayer. In single player, they are a thing. Okay, and that's due to ping and lag and all this other stuff. So I think they just decided it was easier to remove the proxy fuse from the missiles. So at first, knowing that, I thought that these missiles made a kinetic impact, like a head-to-head impact, which detonated both of them. Okay, but when you look at these missiles, look at this. This is the impact. You can see his is over here, mine is over here. They're offset. This is not a head-to-head collision of missiles. So based on that, it looks like a proxy fuse detonation. It looks like the missiles got close to each other and proximity fused each other, which is insanely lucky for both guys. I mean, this is just incredible here. That's my guess as to what happened. It looked like the missiles proxy fused on each other. Now, if you have any other idea what happened here, by all means, put it in the comment section. So there's the two missiles. I think both of us are a little bit shocked at what the hell we just witnessed here. I'm definitely more shocked. I keep flying straight a little bit longer. He's actually doing a much better job here. He's completely ignored this phenomenon that we saw, and he's got his head in the game, and he's already trying to pull behind me. So by the time I get back into this, I start having to dive down. Okay, we're going to increase the speed a little bit. And what I'm doing here is just trying to gain some speed, and I gain a little bit too much speed. I didn't want this much. So as he comes around on my 6 here, what I'm going to try to do is bleed off this extra speed that I picked up. And I'm doing that by pulling high Gs, right? Look at that, 7.8 Gs. Now, in the last fight, there was a bug with the Tomcat where the wings didn't fold out under more than 5G. And so that created major dogfighting issues for the Tomcat. Now that has since been fixed, so this fight went a lot smoother for me than the last one against the Doctor. And so what happened here is my wings are doing what they're supposed to do, and they're folding out as I drop the speed and increasing my maneuverability, and also I'm getting closer to the corner speed of the F-14. Now you can see that what I'm attempting to do here is drag him into a turn fight, which he is taking the bait for. Alright, he is engaging in this turn fight, and honestly I would too. As a Su-33, I would take my chances in a turn fight with an F-14. It doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't have the maneuverability of a Su-27, but it's still pretty decent. So I would take my chances and hope that the F-14 made a mistake, right, that I could exploit. Now, notice these turns as I bleed off the speed, as the wing sweep moves up and the wings come out a little bit. You can see, and I'm getting closer to the corner speed again. You can see those turns really tightening up. All right, and so now he's like right on the deck here, and I don't want to call that an overshoot, but I don't end up exactly on his 6. It's not an overshoot because I'm still behind him, but I do have to just pull it back in a little bit. And so he does what we talked about before, in a last video, and that is that he turns into me. Okay, he sees that I went long, so he's turning into me to create problems, because if he turned this way, he would have just let me get on a 6, right? So he's turning back into me, and then he reverses his turn here, which is going to cost him speed and energy with these constant loops that he's doing. I think what he's trying to do is exploit the terrible visibility in the F-14 out of the front, and he does a pretty decent job. Like, I'm not entirely sure which way he's turning here. It's hard for me to maintain a visual on him. So you can see that I don't get that visual to turn right until he's just a little bit off aspect here at like 1 o'clock, and I see him out of the side of the canopy, and I'm like, okay, he's going to the right. So I'm going to turn in again right around the corner speed of the F-14, right? This is where the F-14 loves to be, around 350. All right, and sitting nicely on his 6 o'clock here, and what he's doing here is constantly reversing his turns. All right, which is decent. He's kind of extending a little too far though. Like, you want to drag right to the side and then try to form like a scissor or something, some sort of rolling or flat scissor or something like that. But I've got pretty decent throttle control now in the F-14, so I'm constantly throttling back and making sure that I'm in a good position and I'm not going to overshoot or allow him to pull a Cobra, all right, as he did in the last fight. So right here, he's constantly reversing his turns. I think he realized here that there was a possible fire solution on him, and the way he would have realized that is if he looked out of his canopy, right? Look at that, it's a full frontal profile of the F-14. Okay, when you can see a full frontal profile of an enemy aircraft, this means he is about to get his fire solution on you. All right, so at this exact moment, you want to do something other than what you're currently doing. Anything, really. Okay, and if you looked back at the enemy aircraft, and instead of seeing a frontal profile like this, you saw like something like this, where you could see the top, maybe the edges of the wings, that means that he's not able to pull his nose around on you, and you're still safe. All right, so clearly he's looking out and he's seeing a frontal profile F-14, so he's going to reverse his turn. Okay, and you can see that those rounds come off, but they miss because he reversed it, right? So that was the right decision here. He probably would have died had he not made that. Except the problem is that I get the second solution on him, right? And that's the one that just takes off that wing, and he's dead. And that's the story of how the F-14 beat a Su-33. This was a much easier fight for me, not necessarily because of the Fox 2s, but because he made the mistake of extending a little too far here. Right here, really, he extended a little too much, and constantly reversing his turns was costing him energy. So in the last few stages, just before I killed him, he was basically hovering there. He was just asking to die. He was extremely low energy. So that's basically what happened there. Alright guys, so that's going to be the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you at least found it entertaining. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.